It's happy time, people. It's time for Yay or Nay. First up, the Obama administration announcing today it is easing travel, commerce, and investment sanctions with Cuba. Aside from expanding the categories of Americans allowed to travel in and out of the country, it will now be easier for people in business to lay down some roots in the country and open bank accounts. Cuba, however, will still be able to place restrictions on American commerce. Will you be spending your next vacation or spring break in Havana, Rick Unger?
Look, let's be honest. None of this means a thing
until
we can get cigars into this country legally.
Can we now?
Well, we still can't bring in Cuban cigars legally.
Why not?
When we can do that, there's no change in that part of the law. Importing, exporting, no.
But
no, they are still banned.
Wow, I was an import-exporter once. I concentrated more on the export side. But I don't understand how you open up all this trade and then the best commodity they have, you put a ban on.
That's why I say it means absolutely nothing until we can buy Cuban cigars at a reasonable price.
Emery, this is a whole bowl of wrong.
Yeah, but I heard the same thing, that they didn't open up for cigars, so yeah, people have a problem.
Okay, that's the deal breaker about.
But what Cuba does export here, or import here in the United States, is spies. It's one of the highest it has one of the highest number of spies inside the United States.
When you roll them up in a nice Connecticut shade wrapper, how's that?
Sorry to rain on your parade.
Moving on, Pope Francis, arguably one of the most popular popes ever, if not the most exposed, if not the most visible, is making his first trip to the U.S. next week. But does he like America? The Pope is a self-proclaimed opponent of capitalism, consumerism, decadence, and several other, quote, American things, but is rumored to be a fan of the Daily Wrap. Who knew? Some experts say the Pope will even use his visit as an opportunity to try and urge greedy, self-indulgent Americans like Jonathan Gilliam to change their ways and take more responsibility as a superpower. Okay, is the Pope anti-American, Rick?
No. In fact, the Pope, this will be his first visit in his life to America. He's never been here. I think he'll like what he finds. I think we'll like him. He's going to have a great trip, I hope, and I think he'll have nothing but good things to say. Pope Frankie is a good guy. He's a good man. He's going to do just great here. Oh,
it's going to be huge. Even Time Warner Cable actually is creating its own Pope channel for 2 weeks, just 24/7 Pope.
I think Sirius XM is too, if I'm not mistaken.
Is Emery, is the Pope anti-American, or is he just a progressive guy?
I disagree with some of his statements, but I think that until I can do further research, I won't be able to tell. But he has said some pretty bad things about our capitalistic system.
It's true. Jonathan?
Well, I will tell you this. He's never been to the U.S. before, but he has been to America because he is South American.
He makes a good point.
You're right. You're absolutely right. He's
and
never
who
been
knew
to the
there was a
United
new Mexico?
I am so embarrassed.
Anyway,
That's right.
A new study out of Queen Mary University in London finds that liberals tend to curse more on Twitter than their conservative counterparts. Researchers looked at 10,000 Twitter members who follow the official Democratic and Republican Party accounts and found liberal Twitter users cursed more because they are generally more emotional in their posts than conservatives. Also, while liberals tend to use words that express their individual identities, conservatives tend to use words that express their national identities. We have one example of a tweet from a liberal, and there it is. That's Rick Unger's account. Look at that. Huckabee has to be redacted, doesn't know expletive about the expletive Constitution, and Scott Walker is an expletive that has no business, expletive, hashtag Chafee 2016.
I remember that one. I can't believe you found it among all of my obscene tweets.
We had like 1,000 to choose
from.
from.
It was a great profile
I know.
picture.
And I got to tell you, I don't know what the... We have a beeper here? I don't think we do, so I'll just let it go with
Shut the front door. Emery, do you have a Twitter account?
Yes, I do.
And do you ever use expletives on to make your point, or like Rick does?
Well, believe it or not, I am actually a non-cusser.
Yeah,
Good
I
for
do
you.
believe it. Emery's a real gentleman.
You know what? And that shows class. And I think way too much in this country, and I'm being serious right now, we just drop F-bombs and S-bombs too much because we can't find another adjective that would be more appropriate, so we just default to that. Anyway,
yes, I have a Twitter, and I want everybody to go on it, JGilliam_seal, and look at what I have to put on there about Carly Fiorina. I want people to start looking at her background.
Okay, very good. Obviously, in my camp, supporting Fiorina. Anyway, that's all for tonight. I'm Joe Concha on behalf of Rick Unger and the rest of our panel. I want to thank you for joining us, particularly you, Emery, on your first night here. We appreciate it.
Having you.
Thank you. I enjoyed being here. Great show.
Great show indeed. All right, the Steve Malzberg Show. That's next.